Hey guys, Jimbo here again with another video. So I came back from the gun store, did my trade, and while my background checks always go flawlessly, like instant, good to go, this guy who I traded with for whatever reason, and he seems to do a decent amount of gun action, purchasing, selling, whatever, he gets flagged all the time. And what happened was, I was good to go to pick up his Glock, but his got pulled back for a sec. But you know what? We were standing around hanging out talking for a while, and he was cool with me going ahead and bringing home the Glock, even though he couldn't take home his H&K today. So I felt really bad for him, but I appreciate him letting me take this home. And it also means that I get to do a video that I didn't expect to be able to get to make. We're going to get to compare this Glock 41 that is basically fully decked out. It's everything you'd want. You know, this gun is done. It's done being customized. And that's what people say, oh yeah, buy Glock, they're cheap, but you gotta customize it. Well, let's really talk about what you gotta do and how much it's actually gonna cost you. So what do we got in these two packages here? Well, if you watched my last video, we saw the USP already. This, let's talk numbers. I bought it for $1,000. That came with 250 rounds of MagTech, 45. So that was a great deal. I sold it just now for $950. So I like to think I actually made some money, even though it was $50 less. But I shot all the ammo, so. In 250 rounds of 45, that's a lot more money than $50. So I ended up coming out ahead on this. That being said, so this is $950. This was $750. That's what I ended up. That's what he offered me, and I was like, you know what, that's fair, considering all the work and all the stuff that went into this. And I forgot to bring out one thing. Voila. This came with a very cool looking threaded barrel, which also has its own spring. And this came with three mags. So it's 2 extra mags plus 1 mag. So this is a Gen 4. Let's get this little guy. Let's get these cases out of the way. Everyone's seen a Glock and a H&K case at this point. Close these back up. Close that. Let's just look at these pistols for a sec. Okay, guys. Now, how fucking cool is this right now? I've never felt cooler than this. You know what I mean? This is the coolest fucking thing ever. Dual wielding, 45s. Bad trigger discipline there, sorry. Never put your finger in the trigger guard. That's a fire safety rule. Anyway, let's talk specifics here. Let's really talk guns. This is Gen 4. I gotta flip it this way for the camera. Gen 4. So, what were we talking about earlier? Talked about this, how the slide lock release, the slide release on this USP is very nice. The Gen 4 has this nice big nub, different than my Gen 3 Glock 17, which is kind of small. I'm gonna order a factory. They make Glock, proprietary. Slide, bigger ones. It's got this. This is custom here. I can tell. That's a huge mag release button. I love that. I gotta get one of those for the 17 too. He's got Talon grips on here, and obviously this. It just feels like regular grip tape, but it's the Talon brand shit, which is all cut out nice, so it looks good. Yeah, look, it's fucking. There's a T cut out there, and it's got a cutout for the Glock logo. So you know what? It's all set up. And again, like I said, I'm glad I didn't stipple jobs, because this does it, man. So let's talk some more. Okay, this has got this cool trigger. I've got a. I'm trying to remember the dude's name. Hang on one sec. While I look that up, let's talk about the sights. It's got Dawson Precision fiber optic sight, which also came with an extra red and a green. So I could, if anything happens to the red, I can switch it, and if I want to do green, I can do that instead. But okay, so his name's Charlie Vanek, is the name of the guy who does these triggers. And so this is actually an IDAP legal custom 4-pound trigger and it's the Glock, all the Glock parts. But what this guy does is takes it out and modifies their Glock parts, so it stays kind of stock, but it's much better. And the pull-on, I mean, it's a nice 4-pound. And it's got a super crisp brake, and there's no real over travel. Yeah, man. Okay, so let's talk about that. All this stuff. Talon grips, better mag release button, custom trigger job. It has the threaded barrel, Dawson fiber optic precision sights, $750. And let's give you a nice sight picture there. I don't know, can you see that? I gotta get better at doing this. I'll figure that out as I do more videos. But so what do you think? What do you think? 2 barrels. Take this out. Grab all this and put it next to it. Right? And this bad boy. I bought one of these just for the fucking kicks. 26 round, 45 mag. And this SGM Tactical, did some research on them. Apparently it was a Korean company. Wasn't making the best stuff, but they got bought, and now these new ones are supposed to be really good, and it feels great in the hand. So let's talk. This is all about 950. Everything you see in front of you, maybe even a little less. The ammo was less. So you want all this shit, or do you want the USP that needs a new front sight? And I don't know. Other than that, it doesn't really need anything. But you're another $50, $100 into that. And yeah, I don't know. For me, math was just adding up for this. So I'm glad to add this to my Glock family. Nothing wrong with the USP. I think it's a great gun. It just didn't feel perfect in my hands like the Glock does. I mean, I picked this up. It feels like home. You know? It just feels right. I felt that way about my 17. Feel that way about the 26. I feel that way about the 19s that I've held. It just always, I don't know, it just fits in my hand perfect. This feels good. Feels good, but it's just too big. There's too much room here for me. There's a lot of moving around in here. It's just the whole package is just like a bit too big for my hand. I don't know. I think part of the grooves. I mean, but no, still, even this, my pinky just lines up. You can see perfectly right there. It's a lock solid. This is a lock solid grip that I get on the Glock, and that was my real issue with the USP. Is that the grip just, it kind of felt like it was, the gun was kind of bouncing around in my hand. But Glock grip styles always, they do it for me. So that's it, guys. I'm glad I was able to make this little fun video. Hope you guys enjoyed a second look at the USP, second and final look at it, because whenever they call saying that dude's cleared, I'm bringing it back up to Linwood. So I want to thank everybody at Precise Shooter. Those guys are really cool, fun to chat with. Great gun store if you're in the greater Seattle area. You have to travel a little further to go to Precise Shooter. I'd say you do it, because the transfer was only $25, which is the minimum possible here in Washington. There's many other stores that'll do it for $50. Most stores do it for $50, but Precise Shooter does it for $25. They've got the cheapest ass ammo around. I also picked up like 200 rounds at 223 just because they have it for like $7 a box or some shit for PMC, good shit. And yeah, just fun to chat with. They let you, they're cool about letting you see the guns in their display cases, which they have a bunch of cool ones of. And yeah, life's good. Life's good, folks. Thanks for hanging in with me this long. Jimbo, out.